Hi, my name's Barry Crampton. Today I'm going to show you around our VW Amarok, then I'll take you for a ride in it. But first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's a 3-litre TDI V6 Highline double cab. It's automatic, 4Motion, 2019 on a 19 plate, has done 46,669 miles, MOT till the 30th of June 2023, and we've just had it serviced. So it's got the lockable hardtop on the back, rear privacy glass, the roof bar carrier system, has these sill protectors, big thick tubes on the side, the 5 twin spoke alloy wheels, Continental cross contacts all round as well, all in really good condition. The big flared wheel arches make it look really brutal. It's a V6, but to be honest, I wouldn't let that worry you. I've just done my daily duty. I've picked up all the McDonald's wrappers and all the bottles, empty bottle of wine over there, after the people that we're saving the planet for. So I wouldn't worry about it. They're not going to look after it, so you may as well just enjoy yourself and have a good time while you're here. Chrome VW grille. You've got the big sump protector, rock protector, forward angle protector. I think that's a particularly good extra, especially when you pull up in car parks these days and you move forward and then you hear a crunch, like on our forecourt where there's a low wall. Power folding door mirrors. All the windows look to be the same tint, to be honest, so I'm not sure whether they've been done afterwards or that's factory fit, but you'd have to see whether you like it yourself. The black window surrounds has a little spoiler incorporated into the hard top at the back here. You can lift the top up there, and then there's this bit which is quite substantial, weighs a ton. It's got the really kind of hard resin coated load cover inside, stop you scratching up all the back of the pickup, and also hopefully stops water congregating in there and then rotting in the corners like they used to do in the old pickups. Nice substantial thing, plenty of room in here as well. Looks like you can take the hard top off the back. There are several kind of G clamps in the back there that just look like they undo, and then the whole lot should lift off the back. Tow bar, rear step, rear parking sensors, real good spec. Oops, another glove. Trying to get in there without ruining the carpet, but I've put my seat forward as well a little bit. Very, very nice in here, being well looked after. I would assume that there's no scuffs in the back. Car's very tidy, it's tidy inside, carpet's a mint. I would assume it's just been used as a car really, and not a work vehicle. It's nice and comfortable. It has the Isofix rear child seat anchor points, 3 seat belts. Looking out, it doesn't look as dark on the inside as it does on the outside, so perhaps that tint's standard, I'm not sure. But anyway, it is a lovely vehicle. This kind of leather with it's grey and black. The surrounds are black, the centre panels are grey, stitched in white by the look of it, or probably grey would make more sense, I think. But it's a nice vehicle. Okay, I'll just take you for a ride in it. Right, proper key, proper ignition lock, foot on the brake, start the vehicle. And put your sunglasses on. So this vehicle has got Apple CarPlay 2, which is very handy. As you can see, plug in. Oops, if I can find the plug, there you go, plug in. Just watch it here, and that's it. Apple CarPlay, and it's mirroring the phone screen. I now don't have to touch the phone at all. If I just click to there, that shows you the whole phone screen. If I click back to that, then you've got the map, you've got what's on your radio, and a helpful navigation. It knows whereabouts you are and what journeys you do. And as you can see there, Chipping Farm Shop, 38 minutes for my sausage and egg sandwich. I'm too predictable, unfortunately. Right, so heated seats, which I'm going to, that's the first thing I'm going to put on. 2-position heated seat. It's height and reach adjustable multifunction steering wheel, and we've got electric seats as well. I'll just get a bit further away from the screen there. Reversing camera. There we go, Park Pilot. Now, before I forget, when I was putting my camera gear away, I did notice, I said before, and then I reshot it, that it was a Truckman top. It is a Truckman top, but the reason I reshot it was that many years ago I was selling a cabin, and I advertised it on eBay as a porter cabin, which I assume was a generic term, which I shouldn't have done, and it's a trade name. Anyway, I had a week to get it off the site, and I'd advertised it on eBay, left it to the last minute like I usually do, and on the last day of the sale, when it was getting more than I wanted, or more than I'd asked for, reserved, it was taken off, and Porter Cabin had complained that I'd used their name and it wasn't a Porter Cabin. So I've always been very, very careful since. I did manage to sell it, you'll be glad to know. But anyway, so back to this car. It's a commercial vehicle, really. Drives very, very good for a pickup. I usually find pickups are a little bit bouncy at the back. This drives more like a car, and to be fair, it drives very, very nice. The steering's reasonably light. You don't get that kind of road noise, and also in some cases you get the surface being transferred through the steering wheel. How rough the tarmac is, you can feel it. It's not so good, but this is a lovely vehicle to drive. I could quite happily use this all the time. In fact, it'd be ideal for me with all my camera equipment and stuff in the back there. It would be great. It's got all the specification that you need. It's got proper switches. The Apple CarPlay is touchscreen, but you can also use it from, which one's the voice activation? Down here, I think it is. You hold the voice activation button for a couple of seconds. That brings on Siri without having to say it. And then you just tell your Apple CarPlay what you want to do, where you want to navigate to, what music you want to listen to, play the next track. It will just do anything. It's a fantastic system, and as you can see there, it's actually, if you don't have an Apple iPhone, if you don't have an Android phone, if you don't have a phone, you've still got sat-nav, the ordinary sat-nav, and I think you can program the ordinary sat-nav just by pressing the voice activation for a second. If you press it any longer, Siri comes on. If you press it for a second, the actual navigation of the vehicle comes on. So well thought out. Steering's really good. It's a great driving position. You do feel quite high up. The vehicle is well protected, so if you were to be taken on a building site or whatever, the front's protected, the sides are protected. If you're off-road, I mean, you can actually use those bars. I've seen them used before, people off-roading, to go over a rock, and it pivots on that bar. I wouldn't suggest you do it, but it is handy. Plenty of ground clearance in this. The heater is pretty good, I have to say. Quiet. We've got power folding door mirrors. That's the power folding door mirrors from that switch. They're also heated. We're just coming into certain death corner, so it's got a loud horn as well. And I can't hear another one coming back, but I still don't trust anybody. And as we've said before, cyclists don't usually have horns unless you annoy them, then they get them. There's your instrumentation. On the left you have a rev counter. In the rev counter you've got your coolant temperature gauge. And in the centre your information display. Then on the right hand side your speedo, and in the speedo you've got your fuel gauge, and the fuel flap is on the left hand side. Oh, this chap may struggle. Oh dear me, you don't want to be coming around this corner too fast. It'd be a Smokey and the Bandit straight over the top. Or was it Smokey and the Bandit? Which one was that? No, I tell a lie, it was Lethal Weapon. It wasn't one, it must have been two. Yeah, it was Lethal Weapon with the South Africans and the surfboards flying all over the place. Nice and quiet. Climate control here. Here you can knock the gear selector over. Unfortunately my cup's in the way there, probably for you to see. Gear selector there, I can change down by pulling it back towards me like so, and change up like that. The auto gearbox is brilliant, so we don't need to do anything like that. Just aim it. And again, the good thing is that you've got a proper back window in here, so you've got your own, you've got the cab, and anything you're carrying is separated from you. So whatever you've got in the back there, there's no smells percolating through the cab where you are. I suppose that there could be a slight danger if you pulled up quickly that something would come through the window, through the back windows. It's unlikely. There's plenty of places in the truckman top to tether any heavy equipment. One of the things, or one of the disadvantages of having the resin floor cover, got all those pheasants in there, there's hundreds of them. Yeah, one of the disadvantages of having the resin floor cover is that stuff tends to slide. I've taken all my camera gear out and it's all on the back seat here. Otherwise, every time I went around a corner, unless it was tethered down, and I've forgotten my bungee straps today, which is unforgivable. You shouldn't go anywhere without bungee straps and a roll of gaffer tape. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but there's a flying saucer up there. Before you ring in the psychiatric ward, what looks like a flying saucer but is actually a plane. Now, coming over that cattle grid, you hardly feel it, and it is, most cars, you'd know about it. I like this vehicle. We've been, I was going to say very lucky, but it's not luck buying good cars, really. It's a bit of a skill, and although I'm loath to admit it, John's better at it than me. Lovely seats, the sport seats as well, nice big front centre armrests, the two cup holders here, the proper handbrake. We've also got, I think there's a round control, yeah, that's lumbar support. So we've got lumbar support, and then we've got another one which I can't, if I can just pull over somewhere without causing an obstruction. There's nothing behind. Oh, here we go. Get this pheasant out of the way. This is my other this is a nice place to take photographs. And let's see what that's doing. Stop start off. Where's stop start? That still seems to be the back. It seems to be just moving it up and down a bit. Yeah. So, not conclusive, but it feels like you can move the lumbar support up and down a little bit. So again, we've got the reversing camera there. I didn't see where the reversing camera was at the back, to be fair. Now I reset the trip counter when I was coming up the motorway, and it was showing 32 miles to the gallon, but I have been parked up a while, and it was ticking over for some of that time, and it's showing 27 miles to the gallon at the moment, average consumption, but it will go up. Anyway, with fuel coming down the way it has, then who cares? It looks like if I was a suspicious type, I'd think that the petrol companies are reducing petrol to make sure that EVs don't take off, because it would now seem it's cheaper to run a petrol stroke diesel or internal combustion engine car than to run an EV. And it looks to me like EV sales have stalled completely. Despite what you read in the motoring press. I don't want to go. I don't want to go too far over there. Thanks very much. It's like a 50-foot drop. So you just drive like a maniac. To be fair, that does just show you the importance of setting your near side mirror up properly, which I did before I set off this morning. And did I see hill hold? I think I did. So we've got the four-wheel drive controls here. And let me just see, nobody behind me, nobody coming. So that looks like, oh no, it's off-road. But even so, look, it's just letting me go down here. There's a green light on there. Can I just... Yeah, going a little bit faster now. So I can control the speed as I let my foot off the accelerator. But anyway, I'm not off-road, am I? So we'll just knock that off. Looks like there's some action going on up here. Oh. Looking like a Santa shoot. I assume there's dogs in the back of that. And perhaps they're beaters with the Santa hats on. Not a good day to be a pheasant, sadly. They're getting hot. Just turn the aircon down. Put some cool air on them. They'll freeze to death. Lovely day today for a walk around here. I suppose that's the other good thing with a pickup. You'll have seen in the back of that Discovery, I think it was, that I was behind. It was all steamed up in the back. So when you go out anywhere, if you do get wet, you can put your stuff in the back, and it's separate from the cabin, so your cabin doesn't end up steaming up. You know, you've got to give cyclists a meter. What about sheep? They're in a duff place here. No, it just parked up. Must have let the sheep out again. Now it's not freezing. So I expected to see a Volvo in one of the ditches round here. The chap came over this morning going hell for leather. Bell end. Brilliant vehicle, ideal certainly for this environment. I noticed that while I was videoing it, there was the farmers driving past, and they're all giving it admiring glances. So hopefully it'll sell quickly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.